we think about the challenges that customers face today, it's really difficult to make products these days because they're so complex. The mixture of mechanical definition, electrical definition, software definition, and the synthesis of those disciplines is really a difficult problem to solve. And we really think that customers need PLM software to be able to solve that challenge. And so what we try to do with Siemens Teamcenter is really help customers make better decisions and help build the product right.
Teamcenter is the world's most widely used PLM software today. Our vision at Siemens PLM is to help companies revolutionize the way they develop and manufacture their products through smarter decision making.
As part of the strategic alliance, Siemens and Microsoft jointly engage in product engineering as well as performance and scalability benchmark testing, working closely together to ensure customers are successful in running Siemens PLM Teamcenter on Microsoft SQL Server.
So SQL Server 2012 is a major version release. In fact, in the new release, we've got over 175 new features that we've added to the product, many of which were based on customer feedback, particularly in the mission critical space. One of the hallmark features is that we've really improved on the mission critical capabilities to ensure that we address things like availability, redundancy, and better utilization of hardware, as well as things like in-memory vertical columnar store. So it's really high performance, really highly available, and a fantastic solution for mission-critical applications like Siemens PLM.
SQL Server 2012 can leverage the RAS features of Intel architecture to provide performance and scalability for Teamcenter. SQL Server 2012 takes full advantage of the scalability features of the E7 family, 8 sockets or more, 10 cores and 20 threads per socket, and up to 4 terabytes of RAM in an 8-socket configuration. The processors help boost availability by healing failing connections and recovering from data errors, as well as by supporting redundancy and failover for key system components. Other processor features help IT administrators proactively monitor and manage systems.
On SQL Server 2008, we had a very successful 5,000 user benchmark. So first thing we did was we did a 5,000 user benchmark on SQL 2012 because what that did for us, give us kind of an apples to apples comparison. We did this in conjunction on the Intel hardware with the Microsoft SQL Server, and this benchmark was done on a full Microsoft stack. And what we found was that SQL Server 2012 was actually 40% less CPU at peak times and overall 20% less CPU for the same 5,000 user benchmark. So then we went forward and did the 10,000 user benchmark. This 10,000 user deployment is the largest one we've ever done by a factor of 2. We've done multiple 5,000 user benchmarks before. We've never done anything approaching this before, and it was a wild success. We were able to have an incredible rate of logins taking place. When you think about a workgroup deployment of PLM software, typically a workgroup deployment is about a 50% concurrency rate, whereas an enterprise deployment is about a 10% concurrency rate. So if you think about that in that scale, a 10,000 user use case would be about 20,000 users in a workgroup or 100,000 users on an enterprise deployment. So I think it really proved that we can scale the pure Microsoft stack to as big a scale as the customers are able to go.
The results of the benchmark were exceptional. Increasing the load on Teamcenter to 10,000 concurrent users resulted in stable transaction response times and linear growth of system resources. For 10,000 concurrent users, the average CPU for SQL Server was under 13%. This proves SQL Server can scale to meet the needs of the world's largest manufacturing and engineering organizations.
In this case, this 10,000 user benchmark, we really hit some really key milestones. We pushed the limits in terms of overall scalability to a level we haven't seen before. We took advantage of new product technology from both Siemens and from Microsoft, as well as Intel from a hardware perspective, and we really pushed the limits in terms of our overall optimization and performance. Based on this performance testing, I am 100% confident that the combination of Siemens PLM, Teamcenter software, and SQL Server 2012 will meet the mission-critical requirements of customers today.